pretty sure I fixed all the craziness. Let's see. Might take a second to upload. Um, just something. I don't know. Let's see. Hopefully this works. We're just testing it right now. I see one person on Kick again. That's cool. I like Kick. I like X. I like YouTube. I like Twitch. I don't have a lot of people on Twitch or YouTube actually. That's a real old YouTube account. Um, but come on by and join me. You know. Let's see. X. It doesn't tell me how many people are on X, and I don't know if it's just something that, and that might be why it lags. Because Elon is always updating his stuff now, isn't he? Oh, Lord. I'm getting a whole bunch of texts. I had to pick up my kids from church anyway today. So, let's see. Give it a second. Oh, wow. Give me 1 second. Yeah, this heat's no joke. I had a friend just go to the hospital for the heat. They were outside too long. All right. As soon as I get on here, I hear about a friend going to the hospital because of the heat. Please stay safe out there. When they tell you to touch grass, don't run a million miles out there, please. They say it'll be all right though. Let's see. That's good. Yeah, Microsoft stock, Meta, they're all rallying. So what do you do? Well, you can buy tonight. You can wait until the open. There's a lot of the people right now buying are people that have options and everything else, and they're waiting on China, and it probably will go up a little bit more. And we're going to take a look at all that. I already drew out the actual gap, and in the last live I did, I explained that it was going to go up again and get that wick, and it did. Okay, this is a better stream. Looks a lot better than what it was. Yeah, because last time I couldn't see anything, and it was just nasty. I know there's a lag, so I had to stop it and redo everything. The stream key, go through Rumble and all that good stuff. Let me see if my voice is good. Yeah, yeah, okay, good. Yeah, we're right there. We got all night, so we're good. It's not even 8:30, and we already made that second high. What do I mean by that? We made a second high. You can't. This is something I have trouble with too. So if you want to stop by and help me when I do this, it's like you can't draw your fib. What? You can't draw your fib until like basically New York. You can't do it until London. Why? Because you don't know how long this move's going to last. Okay, so I can keep on drawing a fib. I can keep on drawing a fib, but they might keep on chasing. So we need an established high to do that. To say that it might go 50% down to here. See what I'm saying? Then you'd have to do. Actually, you could do 50% from right there. But we're gonna see because we still have earnings to go. We still have farm payroll to go. Jerome Powell was slightly bullish, but if you notice, they sold the presser. And I was like, this is a 3-tier trade. That's why I wanted to get online real quick because I didn't want people to get caught up in it. Usually they'll either pump it up before the actual announcement of are we getting rate cuts or are we not? If you cut too much, that's that's going to kill the market. But they did it unchanged, and you could cut. You just can't cut so much it just scares the banks, and they're like, wait a minute, we're about to lose money. August 1st is coming up. You don't have to short now. August 1st is coming up, and you're going to have the tariff thing again, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. Why? Because everybody and their mother saw this dip. You'd be surprised how many people were telling me in April that the market's going to crash. I'm like, it's down 20%, but it's going to crash even more. I'm like, no, it's that's almost impossible. Um, it's probable, but not the probability is low. If you know what I'm saying. This is NQ, and it did make that next high that we were talking about. We'll revisit this after a while. Let's look at Microsoft, shall we? What is Microsoft doing after hours? And yes, you can trade this. Can't really do the option market. That's why I was showing you that one streamer who talks about options a lot. He's really good at options. I think they said they bought some calls that went up 300% or something like that. They probably more than that. Let's see what Meta did. This is daily. Thought you'd be able to see it daily. Yeah, it's coming off that just a little bit. But look at that reversal right there. Boom, boom. Let's see, it's off that high. And eventually, it doesn't have to fill that wick. So don't be chasing the wick all night. It doesn't have to do that tonight. It could go straight up because they know you're trying to chase a high. Did the same thing. No earnings today, though, for Amazon. I think that's tomorrow. I believe. I got caught up with all these other earnings. Yeah. So we have even more earnings of more tech stocks coming. And that is going to be something. Don't be scared that it's red, okay? Because it went up. It's just how they do the settlement. They could be up market extremely high, and they're just like, yeah. Why am I doing 1 minute? Oh, okay, yeah. I was doing 15. Nice upward move right there. It's getting there. Let's see. And somebody did say it was about consumer staple. It's not really, but I don't know, man. I trust a lot more. I trust streamers a lot more than I do. That's CNBC. I mean, if the streamer's wrong, I'd just be like, okay, you're wrong. Leave it at that. See, that's one high. We never reached that high. Soxel's not really doing too much. I bet you Spy kicked butt today. Hold on. That's a second high, so it's not a relative equal high yet, right? And I try to explain that it kind of sort of looked like one. Yeah, see that? That's why you see all them people all giddy because they had spy calls down here. I watched them get the spy calls down there, but I was not having it. I was like right up in here with the Qs and NASDAQ. And let me explain the why I got in. Let me explain why. Let me go down here. The why. Why did I get out right there? Why did I say I'm out, I'm out, I'm out? And I even had to stop right here and I said, nope, good. The presser is a totally different event. Plus, you were in the 2 o'clock hour. So, even though, hey man, if you would have held, no, have you ever tried to held NQ like 200 points down to 300 points up? That's a monster move. No, no. We're not having heart attacks like that. We got in here, watched it dip a little bit. When I come on stream, you do know that they trade it into, usually, not all the time, but FOMC, they usually go up. And we had to wait, actually, because it was after 2, wasn't it? Yeah, because here I am way over here. Actually, yeah, that was like an hour trade. And we got out over here, and I took 2 off because I didn't like this. So I took 2 off. And then people started talking about they were buying the dip down here. I didn't buy it. I wanted to see it go down here, and it did. This is different than yesterday because yesterday we were talking about this morning, right here. It's actually pretty bullish, right? It did what it needed to do right here. And that was the bottom, and we were up for it actually. Even though we shorted that, even though we shorted that this morning, that was the freaking bottom of the day, I think. No, no, that couldn't have been the bottom of the day. Was it? I mean, other than that, it was the bottom of the day. Right here. So let's see what they were looking for. Because they really snapped that back up quick, didn't they? They're looking for the bottom of the weekly opening gap. That's like Tuesday. But that's the consolidation period or chop. Anytime it does that, you can wait because you'll have moves like this. And honestly, the reason why I couldn't short it because of this right here. You see these little ticks above the bodies right here, right here. Why would you take a long at 1 o'clock? Why? Because wait for it. We didn't get precise. We just bought the dip right here. Well, I bought the dip right here. Is that 2? No. Hold up. I'm lying. I don't want to lie. Where did we buy then? That was 2 because we got out right here. Well, my stop was right here. That's where I screamed. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Yeah, that's right because we held. And at 2 o'clock, I was like, well, I was expecting this down here. I gotta look at my data and see when exactly I entered. Because I watched it do this. And I took 2 off right. Oh, yeah, okay, that's right. We bought. I was red there for a minute. Oh, that's right. I FOMO'd it right here. Because it didn't break like it normally does in, like the noon hour Eastern Coast Standard Time. It didn't dip. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy some here. And I waited and waited and waited. That's what I did. Darn it. I'm just explaining the why to myself. I knew there was another dip. I didn't know how far it was going to go, though. Jeez. That went all the way from to, what was it, Thursday of last week? Because this is what got my peak, that little green line that we've been drawing for like ever that just shows the daily, right? And this is another daily opening gap. This is all our daily opening gap. I'm not counting that. I'm counting this. I wouldn't expect it to go down here tonight unless tariffs were on right this second, but no, they're not. This is what I'm more concerned about. Because even if we go higher, let's say 1030 hits, no new low, Asia loves our news, and we go a lot higher, I would expect this to hold. Maybe hit down here. Maybe get down here in London, right here. Maybe a little bit more. And yes, I have to readjust this now since we made an all-time high again. But I'm not going to keep doing that. You know how like frustrating that was when I used to first start doing this? I had to keep changing it. Because you don't have years. You can go years without having a correction or something like that, if you feel me. I mean, if you look from the beginning of time to now, it's always up to, the right, whatever. But very rarely will it be. If we look at SPY, okay, throughout the years, throughout the ages, let's look at SPY. I remember when SPY was a lot cheaper than this. I've shorted SPY, I've long SPY, I've done all that with SPY. Not for long periods of time. I am a trader. Not a traitor, but a traitor. Look at the time frame. Daily, we don't want daily. Well, kind of. Go back 20 years. You go back 20 years, and you look at every month. There's 08. This is why I say 08 sucks. There's the bottom, there's the bottom, there's the bottom. There. But after 08, after all that crap got washed up in 2009, All-time highs, all-time highs, all-time highs. Actually, it took a couple years to recover right here. But then it was all-time highs, all-time highs, all-time highs. Like all the time. Actually, you can draw. I mean, you don't go this far back with the data, but I'm just trying to explain. This year, I didn't trade anything. I was just like, forget this, because that reminded me too much of that. Got out in here, 2020. But over here, it was just a little bit too rough. And I was like, no, we can't do that. And this is monthly. Stocks and indexes are not intended to go down much. They can, they will, but not much. And if it's a stock that gets down too much, too many times, they're gone. They're out of the equation. They're kicked off the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ. Kind of like an emotion, I guess. I reckon. Let's see. Got Russell. Rushy Rush. Oh, Russell. What to do, Mr. Russell? That's rotation out. This was all rotation out, wasn't it? Doesn't mean that it doesn't go back up. Matter of fact, it can. But they were rotating up for a reason. 15 minutes going back to what? Wednesday of last week. Start here at the two lows. See it down here. Bar trap. I wouldn't short this. Where's it going though? It's got to have a place to reach while they're rotating out, right? And this is far under that daily. Goodbye. That. That should, if I took that line right there, it should go straight up there. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's the weekly right there. Back. Just didn't look forward to try to. I went back down. All the speculative stocks. More speculative than others. I have some that I wouldn't. They're not gray sheets. They're not going anywhere. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend them to anybody. There once was a stock that was promoted back in '09. I wonder if anybody's ears perked up when I said '09. I know which one you're talking about. No, there's plenty in '09. Where there was no actual CEO. Right? Yeah, somebody went to jail for that. Actually, it was just a really, really bad scam. They said it was the CEO. There's no CEO. So this is MES. Going back to Monday. What was that for Tuesday, Sunday? Yeah, that's the Sunday opening up. So you really haven't started running like the NASDAQ, have you? Huh. But you hold 90% of the NASDAQ, right? That's it's too bright. You know, we might do the stream until midnight or something. It just really depends, and I don't want my eyes to be like blurred. How do you like dark charts? Because I'm old and I can barely see now. Let's see. Yeah, I saw. That's a little bit better. And this does, and he's right. That really is a bear trap. Oh my god! So yeah, there's probably a lot more room to run. He said. That's another stream person who said that. I go straight through to be honest, like that. I won't bother with that. But that does line up, doesn't it? That's that gap. We are close to Monday's high. Of course, Nasdaq's going to make it first and probably pull this up would be my thought, because that technically is the only thing pointing up right now. YM, the sickest sister. Jeez. One day you'll come back up there. YM was a beast last year, too. When it goes, it goes. That's why I keep on watching it. And actually, you could track Russell, because Russell follows YM pretty close. Pretty close. Not real close. It's kind of widening right there, and I probably should have put that there. I told you there was a second high in that, but I don't know. I gotta look again. See if there's any signs other than 8:30, 8:30 and 10:30. The temptress. You're still hanging out there too. Told you about that high. That first stream that was messing up a little bit. So that fib is wrong. Gotta wait for the. That was wrong too, actually. Could have been down there, but I wouldn't use that at all. I'd only use this at New York Open if it went under that. Then I'd be like, okay. You want to remove the fib, gosh darn it. I want you to remove this. Remove this. Thank you. Yes. I'm just gonna strip it away a little bit. And guess what your VWAP? Haha. The VWAP was. I'm just picking on y'all. I don't mean anything, but I don't. I have too much other stuff that I know about a chart that I can't look at an indicator. Like, ooh, there's the MACD. Moving average convergence divergence, by the way. That's another Wilder thing. Wilder was really into indicators. He wanted to make it as easy as possible and to show people, hey, this is what makes it tick kind of thing. But you have to understand what makes it tick prior to that indicator, because he was looking at something in order to move that. And one of those things is time. I had the turtle soup indicator look. Check it out. I don't know if that'll work actually. No, it won't work. What was that other one? I tried to code a couple of them actually. Let's see. I have V bubble. We'll get into that too. Williams. Where's Williams? Just all Williams stuff. There goes, there goes his percent. All that other stuff in the indicator stuff. And holler at me. I can let y'all know what most of this crap means because I've been doing it so long. And I used to count on those, like, really, but not anymore. Not so much. Let's go with what other ones I did at order wise. These are wrong, by the way. This is not how ICT would do it. It would show you this little line right here. That's supposed to be the order blocks. And it doesn't work. That's green. Oh my god. Why is that green? Ugh. Can't read it. We'll take them off. Actually, if I draw them like this up and put in one of the darker ones, you know what should be going off, by the way? Euro USD. Let me put that up too. And there are some hardcore Forex traders that will not trade anything else but Forex. For real, I'm not lying at all. And those guys dig into. They are like a lot of them aren't even technical analysts. They just love data. They're just data driven, and that's hey, look, this is going to happen. That's going to. What I got daily? I'm not looking for daily. And some people say there's a correlation, but there's not really a correlation between the actual market and this. But it's more tied to the dollar. Both both are kind of strung up close to the dollar. It's close to Dixie. Wish I was in Dixie. Hooray, hooray. Let's see Bitcoin. Uh-oh. Bitcoin's like, don't you chase that gap. Oh, dang. 1,000 off the open. Relatively speaking, that's not actually a lot, is it? It's almost 1%. They were like, you can't rally tech without rallying us. I get it. 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 4 minutes to the top of the hour. Let's kill gold. I'm not killing gold. But if it does drop, let's look where it drops. No, I could see Friday's low, but y'all were looking at Thursday's low to trade that thing. I was like, huh? I was all discombobulated. I'm glad I didn't try to short it. I did short it last night, but I'm saying like long short, if that makes sense. Like short, go back to bed or something like that. Yeah, no, we're not doing all that crap. So technically speaking, what are we at on this? Right here? Right there. Right there. That's the open. So really with gold, you just don't want to go below that open. That is a power of 3 point in there. That I would consider a triple top almost. Almost. And it's so short term. That's probably not what it is. See, and that's the thing. That's the reason why I kept saying that was not a Head and Shoulders. There's probably a pattern trader, and I hope you're not a pattern trader no more in a good way, and not one of them that was caught up in this. That's a Head and Shoulders. I said no, it's not. Well, why wasn't it a Head and Shoulders? First one would have to break here. Did it break here? No. So what did it do instead? Go up. So and it rested for how long? How long did this rest? All week. Made one high. Made another high. Where are we at anyway? 20 off? And we're almost at the top of the hour. It hasn't run from that high, has it? It's still waiting, isn't it? Yeah, I don't believe it's done. It cuts off a little bit in New York. It's probably going to be non-farm payroll or something like that at the end of the week, Friday. New wick. That'd just be the excuse to pull back. Come on, we really, really need to pull back. Yes, yes, you do. But you can't force the market to pull back. You can't be like, I'm short. You have to go down. You can't think like that. You can never force the market. All you can do is go with the market. Yeah, that didn't work like that. That's still green right there, but you can't read it. Just know it's green or red. Green above, red below. And that is your VWAP bubble. And I did explain how, if you wanted to put one there, I can explain how to. It's really simple. Alright, we are approaching 8 o'clock. Might pull back in a little bit more, but I don't see pulling in as much. If we did, that means they're seeking somewhere around here. Actually, the previous high that we had. It's another reason why you just leave it up because it might act as a support. And that would actually be about what 50%. Let me see something real quick. Because if it goes down there, I might go long. Hold on. But I can't force it, can I? I only knew about this one. I didn't know about this one. Let's see right there. It doesn't mean I want to short it, does it? I'll be damned. Why don't y'all look closely at this? So half of that candle right there, you're going to tell me it's random. At 50% of that candle right here, what's the 52-week high? That's not random. That was already wrote. The question was when. Because it's like the option guy said, you know, if they had scheduled it or postponed it to 4:30, you would have had a whole bunch of very angry option sellers, okay, and angry buyers. They timed it pretty right. Let's remove this. Yeah, we'll see if that holds right there. Until then, there's not too much. I mean, I'm not going to short it. I'm not that guy. Let's see. I actually made 4 trades already since 1 p.m. These all worked out pretty good. I had one bad one. But that's only because my bias was right, but my entry was wrong. Meaning I wasn't paying attention to what I should have been paying attention to. It's one of those things where it hits and you're like, oh, that's where it was supposed to hit. Okay. And that, I missed that whole move right there too. All of it. If I didn't miss the market, it's still here. And let's see. It's that whole thing right there. Let it come back down. It's not gonna... If it did fall off the bridge, it would be because of tariffs or something like that, which we haven't really heard yet. We are at 8:03 top of the hour. I am going to mute this, but I'll leave this all up. This is your MNQ 15 minute. This is your MNQ 15 minute. Oh, we can change that to MPS real quick since we already drew that out. And this is your MGC. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so we have about 15 more minutes till 8:30 open. Checking the news. Let's see. I mean, other than the earnings. So Powell's not hawkish. Why is the news saying he was hawkish? He was not hawkish at all. They just literally traders sold the freaking presser. That's all we did. Well, I sold the presser, but y'all sold like short, like for real. Okay. Nothing major. Yeah, he was not hawkish at all. News is just trying to make up stuff now. Yeah, but Samsung's reporting or reported, and they have a really, really, really good contract apparently with Tesla. Let's see, and they're not the only ones with a big contract. All right, that's gold. So we have gold right here. We have that open right there. Let's go check and see how CL's doing. CL actually, they had some oil. I forgot they had. Oh, it wasn't oil supply. Something about the demand. I gotta look. I'll do that recap at about 9 o'clock on the oil. But really, data's. I mean, all. There you go. Oh, we hitting 70 in oil. Now that's a little inflationary, but that's all good. Down here at 70, it's not really inflationary. You can't use the excuse, oh, the world's ending if oil is still 70 bucks and below, or 75 and below. It can go up to 80. But you see now it's above that yellow line that we drew. We traded that last week. Somewhere in here. I traded that last week. And it doesn't flow with the regular market because it has its own data, its own supply. But you look at medium density polyethylene, high density polyethylene. High density polyethylene is basically oil that's condensed and makes milk jugs. Low densities, um, same thing, but it's more or less. Low density is tires. Yeah, tires. Medium density is just your regular plastics. I'm not sure about PC. That was my puppy scratching at the door. I thought the kids wanted something. Uh, yeah, but I'm not sure about PVC. I'm not sure about PVC. I think it's oil. It's got some petroleum in it, but not a lot. That might be where the P comes from. I don't know. I just know about high and low density polyethylene and the demand thereof. GDP wasn't that bad either. At least with this 15 minute, I do like the 15 minute to try to make that new high, but where are we at? 10 handles? That's it? I need more handles than just 10. Come on. If we're going to go even try to do, well, no, that could be more if it hit. I'd rather see if it's just a relative equal high. What's the time? The time? Okay, so you're in the first start of that. Let's go down on this. Hold on. I'm always trading NQ, but I trade other things. I promise you, you'll see me trade other things other than oil and this. I promise. But when you're used to trading something, you just don't really have a need to trade other products. So we could go back into that. If we go back into that, that'd be fine. Right there at 35, which is only 5 handles away. 30. Yeah, let me go get me a micro. Hold on. Don't try this at home. Blah, blah, blah. Don't follow me into this trade. It's not financial advice. It's going to be very short if we fail. Why are y'all walking it up now? I told you not to do that. Y'all don't listen. Okay. There's a delay. Y'all shouldn't have even saw that, actually. Yeah, y'all wouldn't even seen that. Plus, don't follow me in a trade. This would be a very, very quick one, by the way. Because it could just test it. I mean, I'd like to see it break above it, but it could just be testing it. So we'll see in a second. If it does, we'll keep doing that until it runs out of steam, trust me. We'll be like, no, we don't want to go any higher for the night. But it hasn't topped for the night either. It's waiting for China, or it's waiting for Japan. It's waiting for 10 minutes to do all that. Let me see. I'm kind of already souping in, aren't we? I don't want to be the FOMO guy. I don't like to be the FOMO guy. Please, I don't want to be the FOMO guy. And standard deviation will put it up at, well, actually, it'd be above 23,750, but see what it does here. It might come back in. Very short trade. Very risky. Might get stopped out. I'm okay with that. Because they hit that 41. It's not like running from it though. See, that's why I can't call it a top. It has to run, like run, like we're out of here kind of thing. And it's just not doing that. Not yet. And all I was expecting was an equal high. I wasn't expecting a new high. Not until 8:30. That's why you base it off time. Like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I don't want to see it done early, but it looks like they're doing it early. Gotta go to sleep, man. No, that's them protecting their positions is what it is. So they're going to try to run it. They're not going to like, okay, you're going to get your half now. No, that's at New York Open. They'll still be bullish tomorrow. But New York Open is probably going to be the short. And it's not going to be like bad. It's not going to be as bad as the presser. And the presser wasn't bad. Trump was just telling it like it was. I swear, people will use any kind of excuse to degrade other people. I don't understand that. I'm from a country where we say bless your heart does actually, bless your heart does not mean bless your heart. It's just a nicer way of saying we don't believe you kind of thing. But as soon as I started saying I like that, it started going up. Either y'all think like me or y'all copy trading. Don't be copy trading. Don't be copy trading and not be a subscriber, okay? Because y'all could throw me $5 a month if y'all making money. Dang. I swear that's like the 5th time y'all done that. I could be private, Keep it all to myself. Now that's an ego right there, though. And then I'm going to put my stop up here. I say 50, right? That's where I'm scared of, honestly. 50. My stop's moved up. Go ahead, keep on taking it. Keep on taking it up. No? Okay, so y'all wait until 8:32. Y'all did 48. Y'all just left the 50 up there. That's not standard deviation, by the way. How did I come up with that anyway? You know how I came up with that? I'll tell you how I came up with that. I don't want y'all thinking that I'm running around here, messing around, throwing around numbers. No, I'm not. Here, let me move all this stuff to the side and explain why I saw that number in particular. And it probably hit that again. I don't know. Here. Remember what I said? Well, here, let's just go one. Shit. I'll start over with the other ones. Oh, you temptress, you. So how do you do it? Well, there's several different ways you do it. See these right here that I was playing with? Remember? All right. This is how I do it in the easy way. I like easy. Everybody likes easy, right? Measure it like that. See how this is going to go into that bottom half? I'm not looking at the number right now. But dang it, if that don't look perfect up there, don't it? It's actually higher than 50. 50 is just a stop. It's actually right there. Here, I'll do it on this thing. I'll do it like this. You probably see what I saw better. I just do it real fast because I'm used to it. I apologize. It's like you just look at it. You see that? You see that? So technically the number is 23767. Or you can do it like, there's another way you can do it too. This is just short term. Really short term. Like scalper short term. Everybody got a different way to cut the cat. No, we don't eat cat down here. Well, I don't. There's like several different ways. But if you talk to like a wilder compared to, just anybody, they'll tell you different, a little bit different. But the means has to be the same, right? Can you do this for daily? See that? And it shrinks up there to the 61. And it shrinks. Go like that real quick. Oh, that's daily. Where's your actual support right here? Can you break below it? Yeah, and we bounce right off of it. It's a rough estimate. It's not intended to be the end all to anything. That's why they got like three different. So we got three different lines up here. I've been drawing it every day, just click, click, click. And I could have used the Fibonacci fan. I studied all this crap. There are message boards I hang around. Do you got friends? Not as many friends as I used to over there, because I got out in the penny world, and some of them just don't. They don't trade the big caps, you know. Oh man, I like the big caps. I like the big caps, small caps, and yes, I do have a little micro basket. But that's something I want to explain that one night too. If this ever takes off, I want to explain how I do that. Like I'll buy it and I'll trade it, but I'll explain why and how. You look in your Russell. To micros, you can't look in your Russell. It's not going to be there. That's for big caps that are not doing so well, but they can bounce in short squeeze. See, when it goes up like this, hits that and it dwarfs that, and we talked about that, didn't we? Hits that, dwarfs that, right? That wick's gone. This wick's gone now. New wick. Wick does the damage. That's FOMO up there. That's right about where I said. I think I'm about getting some. I said it right about here. As soon as it poked his little head up, like a groundhog on Groundhog's Day, I said, I want to get me some of that. And then all of a sudden it's like from 28 to 36. I'm going, really? Really, I can't say that. Do not copy me. I have a disclaimer that says y'all can't sue me, so stop it. What if y'all lost money? See, that's the thing. Y'all won't subscribe to me, but y'all make money off me. But y'all probably complain if y'all didn't make money now, wouldn't you? I over leveraged. It's your fault. I bought so many minis in my E-Trade account, bro. It's your fault I did that when I keep harping on micros. Okay. Amazon daily. I gotta skim this back. Let's see. 2 minutes to 8:30. That's the 3 minute. You could do it on 3 minute, but I prefer 1 minute. That's where you're gonna see all your insufficiencies and stuff. Hey, pull it down to do what? Knock it up. That's like an $8 move right there in Amazon. And all it really did was test this, didn't it? The before close, the presser. So what were they really doing? Funds were tricking it down so they could put it back up. That's funds. They hit about there. I don't think we could have got out of there. My luck ought to be right here. I want to got the exact bottom. I see what they did now. Hindsight trading is the best kind, ain't it? Like, damn, they did this, and then that. All right, let's see. Metamucil. Oh, Microsoft. Yeah, we got to do Microsoft. I'm not even a fan of Microsoft, but good Lord, I love y'all longs, man. I am so glad that y'all got a little bit of money out of that. You would be surprised. Back in the 90s, or not 90s, mid 2000s, when I started trading, it wasn't. It was not this high. Intel, however, let's go look at Intel because they reported last week. See if they bounce back. Yeah, I don't believe that's the top, but I'm not going to chance it. Intel Corp. Retail loves those nice round numbers right there, like 20. I'll say what y'all like. I mean, I know people that have been long Intel for a very, very long time. That's daily. I want to go back in time. Like 15 years, 20 years, 20 years. Because the old CEO used to talk on message boards and tell people, hey, this is what, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, there's still people up in here. I'm sure they averaged it over time, but dude, that would suck. That reminds me of Celsius. Speaking of Celsius, let's look what Celsius is doing. That was a cult. I was in the cult. I was not the cult leader, by the way. But when they tell you your stock's a cult, that was a cult. $99. What was that boy WG still in that stock? That's what he go by. Let's go. Can I even do daily on that? How did you lose money? They reverse split. Long time ago. Gosh, choppy. Oh, that's actually accurate. Started out here, went all the way down there. Even got down one time. That's pretty accurate for the reverse split, isn't it? Dang, messed me up so bad I had to get me another trading account so I wouldn't have to look at it. That is what you call holding a bag, okay? I know people hold bags all the time, but that was my bag, and I was proud of that bag, and I drink that every day. Oh, man. But you can only go so high up and growth so much before you start to slow down and have to do your guidance a little bit lower so you can pick it back up, you know? 5 day, 1 year. It did recover, didn't it? It's at 20. It doubled off that 20. Damn. I think Carl's still in that stock, too. Forgot what his last name was. Oh, Open Door. That's in my portfolio and I didn't even see it. Oh, okay, that's a 4. That's right, we're using the Fibonacci fan. See, they're not, I don't want to be a bag holder, but they're not destroying the stock. I think the hedge fund guy just said, look, I didn't make it very clear, blah, blah, blah. He got a call from the LCC. You know you got a call from the LCC. You can't pump it. It's not a pump and dump. Well, you said it goes to $82. Or he can legit get sued, so I seriously hope he backs off of that. This guy said it goes this high, and it didn't. All right, that's the hourly. It's like we're going to turn. Nope, wrong market, bud. But yeah, there were some people waiting for this right here. And Spy, not NQ. But they're right though. You draw your line like this, and what is that? Bear trap. So that move, and actually what you can do, the right way to do it. And I'll show you the right way to do it. There's YouTube videos on this. So find your high, like this. And this is all hypothetical because I don't believe that's the high. That's why I didn't do it at the beginning. I only did the open. Ain't it kind of ironic that this part matches that right there? Right there. And your 50 matches that right there. We're getting close for a cap for night. Just for night though. Alright. If y'all got any stocks, just let me know. I'm about to check my messages and see if anybody texts me. I don't have the luxury of looking at everything at one time. I do have a different monitor, but it's got stuff on it. Oh man. I need to though. I need to be looking at all my monitors. See where the spammers are on my Twitch. You're never around. Yeah, I know I'm not. I guess that spike we were talking about last night. We enjoyed that right there. Well, we didn't enjoy that. We drew that the other day before it spiked up there. And there and there. Go into this. It doesn't have to break it. It just has to go into it. And this right here. Heard people talking about that today. I don't know about that one. That depends on that whole tariff crap on Friday, along with non-farm payroll. That could be something we reach for. We'll leave it for possibilities. How's that? And that doesn't mean anything. I mean, that could get resolved really quickly. So here we are, 835. We haven't retested any of those lows we talked about, have we? Nope. We just bounced a little bit more, didn't we? Yep. We're just retracing that little bit 15-minute candle after 830, right? Yep. So we're going to just consolidate a little bit. We might run up a little bit more, but I just see consolidation, especially after an explosion move. I mean, that's explosive. I'm going to eat my dinner. I've been snacking, but I have to eat dinner. I have to eat real food. I want to leave this up on my favorite NQ. I think I like NQ more than I do Euro USD, to be honest with you. I used to be a big fan of ES, but then I don't know, man. I needed the cardiovascular, just like, they started talking about AI and everything else. So there was an influx of money coming into tech and chips again. This was like last year, and that's why I've been talking about it for a year. Let me eat, and I'll be right back. All right, I'll be right back.
follow pre-market Taiwan and are available on the headline feed. For Taiwan's Honhai strategic alliance with TECO targeting AI data center capability, the companies will conduct United Microelectronics Q2 net 8.9 billion Taiwanese dollars. That's lower than the previous of 13.8 billion year on year. Revenue is 58.8 billion. That's higher than the previous of 56.8 billion year on year. As for Singapore's Keppel Corp, first half net 378 million Singapore dollars versus the previous 301 million year on year. Revenue 3.06 billion versus the previous 3.22 billion. And Cetrium, first half net 144 million, that's versus the previous 36 million year on year. Revenue rose to 5.37 billion from previous of 4.02 billion.
A nice round number, 23,750. Talked about that. We also talked about the other number that's the actual real number. It's not the real number. We just want to see a reaction off of it. Let me eat the rest of my food. Sorry. Pamp it. Pamp it higher. At least 10 more. 10 more handles. Alright. Slowly getting out of my longs. Very nice and slow. Turn down the volume. Y'all can hear when I come in. And as soon as I start selling, you're like, what? Dude, they're micros, not minis. A, B, I'm just preserving profit. Besides, I'm just stepping up my stops. I mean, my ear. No. Oh, please support this channel just by liking it. Just by following. You can go up there and call me a pumper clown. Man, that's cool with me. That improves my engagement. Call me a pumper clown. You were only bearish 1 minute today. Well, actually, technically, I was bearish here. I was like, just get up there. I don't care what you do. I didn't short there. Too nervous about this short. I just sold there with everybody else. I was real selling just because it got there. And that was the key moment the pressure started. It's like, let's get out. And everybody's like, yeah, let's get out. But it was not a hawkish Fed. Don't say it was a hawkish Fed. Jesus. Hawkish Feds had nothing to do with it. But yeah, if y'all, support me, I'd appreciate it. I'm still going to do some kind of raffle one day. I'm going to e-gift cards. Let's see how that works. That'd be nice. Middle of the night. Here's $50. What? Real people, not bots. But no, creators don't really make that much money. Influencers don't. I really got to show how much I was making when I wanted to see what they would pay me on X. Oh my god, it was like, really? $10 for 2 weeks? That's way too much typing. It's like, nah, 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 nah. Another country they might be able to afford. Well, no, in another country, I don't think you could live off $10 US for 2 weeks. Golly, that was not a lot of money. So no, this is basically free, and it does help me explain and talk stuff out to myself. You're basically listening to a journal, just my journal. I explained why I got so nervous here, but I didn't short. Yeah, I think we're gonna go down, but that doesn't mean I have to catch it, does it? I already caught that other one, and I was in it so long, honestly, and I had stuff to do. We're approaching that one fib way up there. No negative, real negative reaction though, is it? It's kind of like a trend day at night. And with the guys who bought options and all that other stuff down here, and there were a lot, there's a lot of people here too. What are they doing? They're buying futures so they could protect their options. Yeah, I know what you're up to. That's all good with me. I just got to know where the flow of money's going, but determine my bias. My bias is bullish. All right, hold on one sec. Let's see, the next 2 days we got Apple, Amazon, and we have all kinds of stuff. We got the tariff stuff, and rising costs of everything buzzing around. You're going to get the Bloomberg bear type stuff coming, and Mastercard, CVS. That's going to affect YM more. Roku, Shell. But the economic calendar is going to have stuff like personal income and spending, PCE. And you heard the Fed chair talk about jolts more so than, well, non-farm payroll will still be a big thing, but mainly that. You're going to have the PCE price index, jobless claims, Chicago PMI, and employment cost index. Friday, you're going to have, golly, non-farm payroll, ExxonMobil, Chevron, Colgate Palmolive, uh, Dominion. Is that how you say it? Dominion Energy? I don't know. I have Mid Carolina. Um, Motorola. That non that non-farm payroll. That's going to be the biggie right there. The unemployment rate. What we have in the charts, it's going to be a little bit different because you're going in from a weekly end of month wick into a new month wick. You see what I'm saying? So it's the start of. It doesn't mean that it can't go higher from here. It just means be very, very cautious at the close tomorrow, and that could change with Apple and Amazon too. So I'm a little bit more cautionary going into there, seeing what they have, especially with non-farm payroll. So we still got some pretty good. If you miss this trade or you miss that trade, there's still other trades. Like the fact we're this far away. Still got 7 minutes to the top of the hour. Now we're this far away. After all that, I mean, you could consider this all consolidation. We kept on revisiting, 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 and boom, boom. It's like, let's just do the whole week right now. We didn't. We still have plenty more data. Plenty. Just make sure you're on the right side of the trade. That's all it is. Make sure you're on the right side of the trades. And if job numbers are good, you could still sell off. It wouldn't be brutal. It's not going to go to zero, but it's just you got to be cautious because of where we're at. Remember, you get like 100-point, 200-point pullbacks, and then it'll go up 300 or 400. This is why we check the charts. You know, this is how we knew at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Whenever we shorted right here, what did we short? I don't have it. It's right here. And we were like, yeah, that's nice. Like that might be the bottom. And it was the bottom for what? How many hours? Several. Did we take a chance? No. Did we get out? Yes. Why were we liquid something like this? Still long though. Bias was long. When you think short term, shorting something, think short term. When you're long, think long term. It's going to be more bullish than it ever will be bearish. And just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean the market's going to have a bad day. The market doesn't have feelings. It has no emotional IQ. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to look at some data. Still reading some data here. I hope y'all's day went well. Yeah, no, just because you know where it might go doesn't mean that you're always going to get it. That's why I was so antsy when we were up there at Was it 23? Yeah, that 23,585. That was the previous high from a while back. Not a while back, a week. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Alright, let me do something real quick. Um, Another 3 minutes before the top of the hour. Japan steadily saving. See, yeah, Amazon and Apple. Apple will actually move the index like a lot, like more than Meta should anyway. Mastercard and CVS, not so much. Shell. Oh, KKR. Yeah, we have a list of, my goodness. Yeah, I'm looking at like the ones that'll probably move either ES, YM, and well, we already know the ones that are going to do NASDAQ and non-farm payroll is going to move that too. All right, let's get back to this real quick. What did we say it was? We measured out what? 6.7 or 6.3? 7.67 or 7.63? It doesn't have to hit there right now, but we did it with our Fibonacci. And there's another way you can use standard deviation and do the same thing. And there's actually a calculator that will give you the exact, well, not the exact, but it'll give you a real close where your pivot points are and stuff like that. But I don't really follow it. I just use the Fibonacci. That's all I use. That's pretty accurate. Let's see. Anybody in chats? Hey, chat, what's up? All right. We could have some potential more upside tonight, but given the move that it made, consolidation seems to be more of a on the table type thing, or as y'all like to call it, chop. There's actually a chop index. Not much though. It's got one more place to reach, but at a certain time. And that time is China's open. You got 12 o'clock expansion. Midnight opening range. And no, I don't really mark that on my charts, but that is a thing actually. That's actually a very important day. Ah, excuse me, I'm drinking Celsius. I love Celsius. Celsius is Celsius is awesome. I got to get up and move around a little bit because I have been sitting here. The only time I got up was to get something to eat, so I got to move around just a little bit. And we got time. We do have a little time, and I promise I will bring AI music one day. Let's see. So just give me about 15, 20 minutes. I'll be right back.
market Chinese stock stories. They are available on the headline feed for Budweiser Brewing Company APAC. First half net $409 million US dollars versus previous 541 million year on year. Revenue 3.14 billion year on year. China company largest shareholder Shenzhen a 869 of loans to the company. China Yangtze Power preliminary 14.2% year on year, and it plans to invest around 26.6 billion yuan in shipping capacity expansion projects. For contemporary Amprex technology, first half net rose 33% year on year to 30.5 billion yuan, and revenue rose 7.3% year on year to 178.9 billion yuan. JD.com announced takeover for Seconomy at €4.60 per share. And in other news, US President Trump said they are moving along well with China and said it's going to work out well and they are going to have a very fair deal with China. While China's Commerce Minister said its business delegation that China and the US are and decoupling will not work. While China is 100% sincere in consultations, although some deep-seated and structural problems in China-US economic and trade relations cannot be solved overnight, and China is willing to properly handle differences through dialogue and consultation to find a solution to the tariff issue. That's regarding China-US trade talks. And as a reminder for China at the Open, we will have Chinese official PMIs, that's manufacturing PMI, non-manufacturing PMI, and composite PMI data, and that'll be at the Open just around 20 minutes from now.
See how you dwarf the initial wick with the open? Don't really dwarf it, but what did we say earlier in the stream? 23,767. Close. But it's not a top because the top would just go straight up, liquidate the shorters, and then come back down.
PVC set you around midpoint at 714.94. It's left the previous 714.41 yesterday.
But the 750 just came off a round number, really. That was in between what we did with the fibs, and that's not how they do with the standard deviation and all that other stuff to come up with that. But that's how I've always done it because somebody had the calculator to do it, honestly, and they put it in a Discord a long time ago. And I have yet to find that calculator online. Unless they coded it themselves, maybe? I don't know. They might have coded it themselves. But after that, I do expect a little bit of consolidation, at least until China, but we just haven't seen it. Yeah, I had to walk around. I can't just sit here like that. I trade by my phone a lot because I can't just sit here. I get antsy. You ever get in a position, but you're just like, I need to go for a walk while I do this. I remember a long time ago, there used to be this gym, and this gentleman we used to talk about stocks like all the time. He had to leave his house because he was like that stressed out. I'm like, really? Why don't you just wait until I can't do that? Yeah, you can. You can do that. You can wait. Sometimes waiting is the best. My son just came in the room. I have my little office next to theirs. Their room. Let's see. Amazon. Off we go. The wild blue yonder. Let's see here. Is the VIX dead yet? This is the VIX futures, by the way. 17. Yeah, I didn't get that much off that one short. I told everyone where I got out at. Let's see. Went over SPY real quick. SOXL, OPEN. I didn't really talk about OPEN. Well, yeah, I did. I did talk about OPEN.
US Commerce Secretary Ludwig announces that major trade deals with Cambodia and Thailand.
Ludnick saying that we made deals with Thailand and Cambodia. It's Taiwan. Taiwan's the one that with all the chips there, not Thailand. Microsoft, Meta, Intel, Celsius, Amazon, Apple. If they pump it up too high, they'll probably try to short a little bit. People will be taking profits in the morning. But how high is too high? This is the question. Natural gas, still bottoming. Talked about this right here. And that is what you would call a bull trap in natural gas. Right there. Pick it up. They didn't even stop. They must have had news today. And when I say news, I'm talking about like inventory and stuff. They're never going to stop needing it. Just like oil. That's a nice size drop. What? That's only like 20 cents. Yeah, it's 20 cents with every tick's $12.50. So yeah, that's kind of a lot, bro. Actually, you do have one that's a little bit cheaper you can play with. But that started at pre-market. 7 a.m. is when it started right here. Was it 9? No, that was open. They did that at open. Let's see. I have to zoom into that. Gotta zoom. No, I trade out of a live account and I trade a couple prop firms too, but not really affiliated with any of them. But they are kind of fun. Try new strategies. See that right there? Who started? 6:45, so it was right before. 6:45.
Australia building approvals, private sector approvals, green
64.
targets, retail sales, and also export and imports in Australia. So quite a lot of data releases from Australia. Nonetheless, the focus will be on the Chinese PMIs, headline manufacturing index,
China's PMI is coming out.
expected 49.7. Previous is also 49.7.
They say Japan's our proxy, and it is, but China
50.3. And the
China
composite
can definitely move the market.
PMI notification previous was 50.7. Approvals month on month, year on year expected 8%. Australia import price index quarter on quarter expected minus 0.5%, while retail sales month on month expected 0.4% as the previous 0.2%. Retail trade for Q2 expected at 0%, previous was also 0%. So Australia building approvals,
So yeah, we got about 9 more minutes before a
prices
bunch of data drops out of Australia and everything else.
in 9 minutes.
About 9 more minutes for that. Time is currently 9:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast of the United States, and we're going to have some data coming out in about 8 minutes. I don't care about what the data is; I just care about how it affects the market. Like I said, it was at 23,767, I believe, is where we saw. That's on the 15 minutes, so it's not going to move like you
The
probably think it is.
183.2 billion yuan, the 7-day reverse repos rate is maintained at 1.4%.
All right, that's a beautiful thing right there. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see, that's not where I wanted to go. There it is. All right, turn down the news because he's going to be talking a lot in a minute. My news squawk guy, he will be talking a lot in about 8 minutes. We just care about the reaction. Midpoints of 7.14 versus expectations 7.2. All right. You're going to have that tariff news on Friday. They might just keep pumping this all the way up until Friday. We don't know yet, do we? Or actually the end of tomorrow. Even if you did knock it down in the morning, it wouldn't be that much. It would not be that much. That's the weekly. And I just move the weekly over. That's all we're doing. I already traded what, 4 times today? Each time is documented in here, which is fun. Explaining the why before you do it. That way you don't have to say, why did I do it? Oh, man. I do appreciate everybody who comes out to the stream, though. And the kudos. It does make it worth it. Let's see. Get this going again, because we've got about 8 more minutes to that news. I doubt their news is going to be our market too much. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. There's something in the news as I drink as I drink a Celsius. Actually, there's a recall on Celsius right now. That should affect the stock. Actually, I forgot all about that. High Noon is warning its customers of some of its vodka seltzer were accidentally labeled as Celsius energy drinks. So, yeah, you might want to be careful before you get in the car or something. Just saying. Yeah, forgot about that. Did we hit 6-7 yet? No. Hmm, that's where we're going. But anyway, probably hard not. That's just how I calculate it. I know somebody's out there going, "That's not how you calculate." That's how I calculate it, kind sir. We were talking about all-time highs. That's how I do it. I'm always interested on how other people do it, though. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Do I ever change and do it their way? No. But does their way make sense? Yes. So why don't you do it their way? Because I'm used to doing it my way and it works. How accurate it is? Uh, pretty accurate. But it's in the actual top. No, I can't call top. Can't call bottom. I can get close though. Pretty doggone close. I think most people can. They just get scared to react on it, act on it. That's why a lot of people run towards indicators, which is cool. But I'm not. I'm not going to be codependent. I mean, I got your little VWAP bubble. That's going to be green all night. You realize that, right? Good parabolic SARS. Good parabolic. Somebody said that's not what parabolic means. Yeah, it's sort of what it means because the guy who invented it said, yeah. I'm just quoting Wilder. I can't even find half his quotes though. I really can't. He did a lot of stuff like RSI and everything else that people use. But it's just like the other night. Four of these make an hour, right? So you know how you have a green candle right there, right? Right here it was a little bit down, not much, but that isn't from the open to now. See what I'm saying? So you want to count at the open. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 5 minutes, so I'd have to count out 20. But you get the idea. You get the idea. That's market makers and dealers and everybody else doing that stuff right now. It's a 67. The reaction off of 67 is what we really want to find out. See, it hasn't just went up there and did that whole Judas liquidation and kill everybody kind of, yeah, we're going to go up here and boom, straight back down. It hasn't done that. And the opportunity to short this morning, that one short that I took this morning was so small, really minuscule compared to the long, but at the same time, both are long-term trades. It just depends on what you're looking at. Are you looking for a deficiency? Are you looking for a displacement? Are you looking for sell side, buy side?
Just under a minute now to the release of the Chinese official PMI data. Headline manufacturing PMI expected 49.7. Non-manufacturing PMI expected 50.7, and tentative PMI 0.7. Also get Australia building approvals, retail sales data with Australia retail sales 0.4%.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that data to see how this
Last
reacts.
30 seconds.
There goes that 67. So let's see what China does right now. My stops are in, but I don't think we go down that far, to be honest. Not right now. Not right now. I mean, I've seen it.
Still waiting for the PMI data from China, but stated building materials points 11.9% better than expected. Retail sales in
Yeah.
Australia 1.2%, also beating expectations. Still awaiting Chinese PMI.
Yeah, China PMI is going to move it one way or
Chinese
another.
PMI 49.3, and that's delayed manufacturing PMI. Yeah, that does miss expectations 49.7.
Okay, China had a miss, but I don't know how bad that would affect us. It wouldn't affect us that bad, but it'll affect our market as a whole. And those who are hedged, it's not going to move it down that much. It's not the end of the world. So we'll just see. Yeah, they missed their stuff.
The export price index minus 4.5%, and import price index minus 0.8%. For Chinese non-manufacturing PMI, that's 50.1. That's below the expected 50.3. Composite PMI for China 50.2. That's below the previous of 50.7. So China's PMI figures missed expectations.
Okay, he's getting louder. I think that my new squat guy's got puts that are burning to the ground. Sorry, guy. I mean, it's almost like trend night, right? I don't know. All I can do is move my stop up and dare you, but I mean, I don't think anybody in the right mind would want to short right now. Maybe New York open or London open. Maybe even China open. But you're not going to get that much out of it. There's not enough meat on the bones. Yeah, I'm about to mute my news guy. Hold on. He's still talking.
This
Oh,
trade
now
agreement
he's
was signed US Secretary of
quoting
State Thursday, imposing tariffs
Politico.
on
Oh,
U.S.
Lord.
countries that have been unable to reach negotiated trade agreements by Friday deadline. And this would include a number of America's biggest trading partners, including Canada, Mexico, and Taiwan. According to
Okay,
reports,
Bloomberg
the
Bear.
trade agreement was
Hold
signed
on.
Friday after significant is expected to be signed.
The Bloomberg Bears are talking. Oh, yeah, tariffs on Friday, blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, come on. They're not even as bad as what they were talking about last time. Oh, what they were talking about last time was that retaliation tariff. That was what was making everybody antsy and scared and stuff. Not okay. We're just gonna have it set in stone and do 15% instead of 500. You know, you knew it's gonna work out, right? Usually does. I am drinking the Celsius. Talking about the Celsius recall. Lord, I don't think it has any alcohol in it. Might explain why I'm tired though. I don't drink. I haven't drank. Let's see. Me and my late wife went to a country bar back in 2021. So it's been about 4 years since I got drunk. And I'm a giddy drunk. I'm a stupid drunk. Like, I am seriously stupid. Like, I'll make promises like, baby, let me take you on that cruise tomorrow kind of thing and forget all about that shit. And then she would come back and say, remember that cruise? And I'd be like, what cruise? She said, you promised me a cruise. And I was like, really? Did I really promise you that? That got me in trouble more than one time. That's why I don't drink. That gets you in trouble. You might be the happiest drunk in the world, but the next day they're going to be asking questions like, "You promised me, you promised me we'd go out of town, or we'd go out of wherever. We go to the beach in another part of the country." But I don't remember that. That's another reason why I don't drink. I'm not only silly. Apparently, I don't know. It's like I look at my bank account. And I'm like, yeah, baby, let's go do this. Let's start spending money. I got the money. Don't worry about it. That's true too. That's another problem. I do spend money, and I'll remember spending the money too. Like, well, it was my fault. Bless her heart, she never really took advantage of that. Well, no, she never took advantage of that. Bless her. She was a good woman. Oh man, let's see. I don't like the way it keeps on ticking. I keep on wanting it to pull back. I'm like, okay, take my stop here, take my stop there. It's just not doing it. Like, okay, fine. Maybe if I told y'all where my stop was, y'all just come by and hit it. I'd be like, yeah, let me go take him out of that position. Maybe he'll just shut up. That's what y'all do too. I bet. I reckon. I bet. Oh, I had to walk around though. I'll sit down too long. Hmm. Do, 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 do. Yeah, because when we did the Fibonacci thing, it did go up to about 67 right about here. Yeah, I had to turn off that news. He's talking about tariffs. That stuff's already straightened out, in my opinion. Let's see. What, you want to promise me another dip to buy? Okay, that's cool. We can do that. But the important part is where. You don't want to be the FOMO bull. See, that's how I came up with it like that. Which isn't actually the way you should do it. What, you were using a fib? Kind of, sort of using that fib, yes. I'm also using that line just keeps moving up and up and up and up and up. So again, if we decided to sell off, that line's still up and up and up and up and up. Even if you went under it, it'd still be up. Because that's actually a short term. You see how many times I did that this week? Every day. Come on, baby. I ain't buying you. I got to stop on, but if you want to keep going, go. Get. Go up yonder. Go up yonder. Go up yonder. Get. I ain't going up yonder yet. Flying high into the sun. That was not financial advice. That was just me being a redneck. Thank you. And yes, I do listen to rap. Oh, I gotta post some country rap one day. They have country rap. It's pretty cool. I think anyway. All right, I'm gonna be silent until the top of the hour. Perhaps I said too much. Hold on. I know there's a lot of lines here because I keep on doing it. I want to take all these off the RTY, but I don't know why RT, unless they were just rotating funds out of RTY to get into stuff like uh, NY. Let's see, hold on. I want to take them all off. I had some of them on shorter time frames. What I did was daily, 4 hours, and then out. Well, daily, 4 hours. Then it'd go into like 30 minutes and stuff because you can always count it. But this guy, RTY, has not really joined the party now, has it? Usually, just like back here, 12. Yeah, that's back in. So there was a rotation out of it. And they bottom with the rest of everything. It was the first one to rotate out for the actual bottom. And it's below that line, and I'm not going to keep on moving the line down just because it broke trend. It didn't break trend so bad, but I wouldn't mind looking back at this thing. There are people that are way smarter than me that actually keep track of the money moving in and out. And I pay close attention to that. Let's see. Usually it has flow in March coming in. And it's not going to overperform anything. It's not going to do better than what the all-time high maker NQ is doing right now. When AI takes everybody's job, are they going to have 401k? Okay, never mind. No, they're not going to get 401ks. Their health insurance is going to be some engineer. It's going to be engineer, a couple of people on the robot line. Well, the robots will be on the robot line. And why can I not? You know what? Screw that. I'm just going to have to go back and edit this because I'm not going to fight it. What is that? 1709? It's right here. Let's look at that real quick. Wait, it's not telling me the thing. Hold up now. It's not letting me do it. I want to set this. Visible, ball block, color. 1709. There it is. This one, right? Yeah. Just move that for me. That's still off a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about 1 point. That's going to be a little bit more. There we go. Pump it, man. Get up there. Now. Before China. Before China. No, my name is not Buy It, Pump It. Even though I was stock promoter, and trust me, I saw some stocks. Congratulations, your stock went up 1,000%. Do you know how much money I paid newsletters to go out for? It better. Go back. Look at Nobo. It's like y'all lied to me. I thought y'all were getting me new investors. That's just you on my Nobo. Get mad at them and say, I'm not going to give you $10,000 for that newsletter now that I know it was just you. I'd give them 10,000 anyway, but I'd yell at them for it. I'd be mad about it. I'd pretend to be mad. Basically, be pretending to be mad. I'd just be like, yeah, Because technically, you can get in trouble for that. I'm like, you do realize, and then I'd explain to them that FINRA can pull a blue sheet and tell that's you, not me. I had to go through FINRA for a year to get that damn stuff. Anyway, I digress. Maybe I said some. I probably said too much for real that time, didn't I? Let's see. Somebody's going like, there's no statute of limitations on that. No, it's probably not. I didn't do nothing wrong, so I ain't worried about it. Try to find my name. I've been doxxed before. It didn't hurt my feelings. 780. Push it. Salt and pepper. Push it. push it real good. See, I think it just doesn't know that I'm paying attention. Where's your high? Come on, EMA. What's holding you back there, buddy? What's holding you back there, buddy? Come on. Ah, see that right there? That rejection. 10 minutes till the hour or 15 minutes. You got 15? There we go. You can get my stop. I'm good. Get my stop. Seriously, as soon as I started telling you I liked it, y'all just like, it's time, yay! Don't do that. Do not copy trade me. Go back and see what I was looking at. What I saw was just tick above. Right here, I saw a tick above and I was like, okay, cool. I'll wait. As soon as I said, I think I'm gonna buy a couple micros. No, don't do that. That's bad. That's not thinking. But the explanation, the why I'm in it and I haven't gotten stopped out yet, is because simple really. It hasn't made that liquidation thingy where it just goes up and it's like, yay, and it just takes out everybody and their mother. Rapidly. No. But I saw it pop a little wick above and I was like, okay, cool. And I was expecting it to come back down a little bit. I bought a couple and I'm like, okay. And we just gradually go up. Actually, it was down here. But y'all forced me to get in. Y'all basically forced me to get in at, I was a little bit above that actually. So I just been trailing my stop up. It's a 15-minute candle. And I have took a couple of micros off. I don't understand why you don't use minis. Because I don't want to be broke. That's why. Most people aren't going to run around and buy 100 minis. You can do that with micros. You can't do that with minis. It takes 10 minis to equal one micro. I mean, 10 micros to equal one mini. My bad. But you don't just on the average and on the average, and sometimes you just cut your losses. See, that's enough. See, that looks topish right there, but I bet you it holds. It's just going to consolidate. Be choppy. No, it's not buy it, trade it the bear either. It's just think before you trade it. How about that? How about that? I changed my name to think before you trade it. Yeah. Congrats to the people that got on that bottom. That's not the only people I saw get on that bottom too. But I can't make 50 trades a day. They only made like 2 trades. But you have to wait. Like anything you do, you have to wait. Like we got in before the presser. They traded the after. They probably didn't even trade up to the presser, which was a little bit smarter than what I did, actually, to be honest with you. Because they got in here. And I was like, no, this is going to break down. And it did. Did I short? No. Did I make a couple dollars? Yeah. Did I try to get back in? No. And I was like holding my hands. I was like, no, you already made money. You already made money. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. That's a nice little bottom too, isn't it? Huh. Maybe we had bad numbers on. Farm payroll or something, I bet. That might actually hold pretty good. That's our weekly gap up. Don't you love the way he does that slingshot? Just back, pull back, pull back, pop. And you can be patient. You can wait for these because people were talking about this level for like a whole week. A lot of people, like a lot of people. No, it's got to go there. It's got to go there. It's like yeah, but we also had to go there. Well, not there. Where do we get out? Right here. We had a line drawn too. Right there. Well, actually, that's why I can't see it because it's ES, not NQ. We're not NQ people. We are NQ MNQ people. Not NQ. MNQ people. Yeah. See it better on here. We were entering right at 1 o'clock, actually. 'Cause I remember impulsing it at 1 o'clock saying it's not 1:30 to myself. It's like, it's not 1:30 yet. Because usually I'll wait for the reaction at 1:30 because you trade 1:30 just like you trade the open. You just wait for it to make that. And it did. At 2, though. So we just sat there. I thought I was going to get stopped out here. I didn't. And I was like, just a little higher, pop. That was not on my cards tonight, guys. 23,780. Oh, man. Well, I is tired. So I might come back online later on, but I am tired and I'm going to lay down. I appreciate everybody who stopped by. Don't forget to move your stop up a little bit, just a little bit. I know I am. And y'all have a great night in the stream, and I'm probably going to be back later on. So keep me in your notifications. Follow me.